Coming up on Wake Up NonStop Local, the Shoshone County Sheriff resigning after a hit-and-run crash. What we know about the ongoing investigation.
Also this morning, we're following breaking news. An NBA head coach and a player arrested in connection to a federal gambling investigation. We'll have those details coming up.
And 5 people killed in more U.S. military strikes on boats in the Caribbean and now East Pacific. What the Secretary of Defense is saying about the suspected drug vessels.
Plus, we'll be getting a first look at your weather forecast. We've got another really beautiful day here ahead of us. Take advantage of it, though, because I'm also tracking some big changes.
All that plus a trick-or-treat home run, how you could get a visit from the Spokane Indians mascot this Halloween, coming up on Wake Up NonStop Local.
Wake up, you gotta rise to the sun, and here it comes, it's time to make the best of what you got to give. It's all about rising, and I wanna be there.
Here's a live look at the Catalyst building in East Spokane, where Spokane Neighborhood Action Partners are handing out energy kits to help you prepare your homes for the winter. We're going to be live in just a few minutes with how you can get one of those kits and save on that energy bill this winter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kalai Chalk.
And I'm Sam Adams. We're here in the Weather Center with Jenny Power. Not time yet to bundle up, but that'll be here before you know it.
Exactly, which is why perfect timing to get prepared here now, folks, especially ahead of this weekend, because I'm tracking some major changes. So as we start with this live look over Riverfront Park in downtown Spokane, it's been pretty busy in the park because of how nice we have been sitting in the afternoons. It's a little bit of a chilly start here as we're hanging out in the mid to upper 30s for Chewelah, Pullman, and Spokane right now, in the low 40s for Coeur d'Alene, but you've been seeing it through some of our pictures and live cameras. The leaves are changing, and thanks to the folks over at Explore Fall who put this map together for us, we are seeing peak color right now for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So it's going to be a great day to get outside, maybe take a walk, enjoy the changing leaves. We're sitting mostly clear by that lunch hour. If you want to get outside, it is going to be a little bit on the cooler end, but also with the more mild conditions here for the day today, now is the time to really strap down the blow up Halloween decorations, get your home ready, because I'm tracking major changes on the way for this weekend. The timing of that in 10 minutes. Sam Kalai.
Okay, see you in 10. Thank you. In a crime tracker alert, an Idaho man accused of plotting an attack on churches in Coeur d'Alene in the name of ISIS has pleaded guilty.
According to the FBI, 18-year-old Alexander Mercurio was socially isolated and had extremist views aligning with white supremacy and later Islamic extremism. Now, according to court documents from his arrest in 2024, the student from Lake City High School was communicating with a confidential government source for 2 years until his arrest. That was on April 6th of last year.
He was set to go to trial next March until yesterday, when he pleaded guilty to attempting to provide material support to a designated foreign terrorist organization. He faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in federal prison when he's sentenced. Developing this morning, a North Idaho sheriff has resigned just one day after being involved in a car crash.
The Shoshone County Sheriff Holly Lindsay now stepping away from her 21-year career in local law enforcement. She's now facing an ongoing investigation. She was involved in an off-duty crash Tuesday in her personal car and left the scene.
Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris says his office is investigating the crash by request of the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office. Deputies responded to the hit and run and could not comment on if Lindsay was under the influence.
Under Sheriff Lance Stutzky will serve as the acting sheriff until county commissioners appoint a replacement. We'll continue to follow this story as we get more information. Spokane County now considering using opioid settlement funds to hire another full-time investigator for an anti-drug and anti-violence task force known as Raven.
Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says that Raven faces challenges tackling complex crimes with their limited staff. Sheriff Knowles says Raven's responsible for investigating high-level human trafficking, drug, and gang violence cases. But early buyouts from partner agencies and funding cuts at the state level have decreased staffing from 14 to 6 full-time investigators.
Now, as these cases get more complicated, the sheriff says extra staff can help address critical cases in our community.
Putting those large-scale cases together become a little bit more complicated, become more manpower and technology intensive.
The sheriff has proposed to county commissioners that opioid settlement funds could support hiring another investigator to join that task force. Those funds are available because of a $518 million settlement awarded to Washington in 2022.
Spokane County is expected to receive more than $17 million from that settlement. The U.S. military has carried out more strikes on suspected drug vessels, this time in the eastern Pacific Ocean.
The strikes being announced by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in a social media post. That post including video of that attack you're seeing right now, which he said took place in international waters. The first strike happening Tuesday and killing 2 men on board.
Hours later, Hegseth said the military had struck another vessel, this time in the eastern Pacific, killing 3 men. It's the first known U.S. military operation in the Pacific, following President Trump's directive to carry out a series of similar attacks in the Caribbean. Well, the U.S. has imposed sanctions on 2 of the largest oil companies in Russia after President Trump confirmed his planned meeting with the Russian president had been canceled.
In a statement, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the U.S. sanctioned these oil companies because they fund the Kremlin's war machine. The 2 oil companies are worth more than $50 billion each, despite the ongoing war in Ukraine. Now to the latest on the government shutdown, where state offices now say they won't be able to front the bill for SNAP if federal funding is not restored by the end of the month.
It could impact more than 1 million people across Washington and Idaho, where SNAP food assistance will not be able to continue. This means the payment, set for October 31st, will be the last one many receive until federal funding on pause during the shutdown resumes.
Without this funding, states are warning of a potential indefinite delay in SNAP benefits. Food banks like Second Harvest say they're doing what they can do to prepare in the meantime.
SNAP provides roughly 9 times as much food as the charitable food system, food banks and food pantries like us do. If that is paused, there's going to be a real effect.
Now, if you do rely on food assistance, there are a number of food pantries in Washington and North Idaho. Next week, Second Harvest is planning a drive-through food event that will be at the Spokane Valley Mall.
And for a list of food banks near you, there's a link with information on nonstoplocal.com.
Affinity represents a housing concept that fills a vital and growing need in our region, providing attainable, maintenance-free living options for active adults age 62 and older.
That's John Fisher with Inland Group addressing a proposed change from multi-homes to adult homes in the Cora Terra development in Coeur d'Alene.
Now, this is a 2,800 home and mixed-use development on more than 400 acres. The development was approved back in 2023, but now the planners need approval for proposed changes, and neighbors are speaking out against this massive development.
They're concerned about more traffic in existing neighborhoods.
I walk through that neighborhood all the time. Everybody does. So I definitely don't want to see construction traffic going through it. I really wouldn't be excited about the increased amount of cars going through the Indian Meadows neighborhood.
We have committed.
Council members didn't outright approve the plan, instead ordering more be done to identify alternative traffic routes.
Get to breaking news just into our newsroom this morning. The head coach of the NBA's Portland Trail Blazers, Chauncey Billups, as well as a Miami Heat guard, Terry Rozier, have now been arrested in connection with a federal investigation related to gambling.
NBC News has learned that members and associates of organized crime groups are also among the couple dozen people expected to face criminal charges in 2 separate illegal gambling-related cases.
Now, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, as well as the FBI Director Kash Patel, will be holding a news conference in just about 20 minutes this morning, giving more details about that investigation.
The Mariner season may be over, but you can still get a special baseball treat from the Spokane Indians this Halloween.
All right, check this out. For $99, one of the team's mascots will deliver 4 tickets to a Spokane Indians home baseball game, as well as Halloween candy.
Now, you'll also get a hat from when the Indians won the championship in 2024 and a limited edition Halloween mascot card.
Deliveries will be made next Wednesday or Thursday. Also, you have to live within Spokane County, so be aware of that.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, you just have to, like which mascot do you want, especially Halloween time? It's not an automatic choice, is it, for Otto? There are other choices out there.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, when I first heard the story, I immediately started doing this.
The Ribby.
The Ribby. I know he's going to be out there.
He's what? He's a fish, but a trout?
Yeah.
Red band trout.
Red band
That's
trout.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
He's very
Who does
popular.
this?
Yes, in the newsroom.
And in America. All right, more to come here.
Debatable.
Show. We're talking about the stink over the stink.
Yeah, a new study revealing how often roommates argue over smells and what the leading smells are coming up.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, as we take a live look here over downtown Spokane, it is a beautiful start to the day today, and we're going to be taking a full look at what you can expect expect because I'm tracking big changes this weekend.
We have advice from Avista to help you save on your energy bills coming up.